Chapter 71 Three-Way Confrontation. Last hour. You are listening at novelfull.audio. A series of prompts made Lin Yi a little confused. First, it was the 0th level trial of the abyss. What is this? He had never heard of it before. Then, Lin Yi's exclusive weapon Soul Elegy was upgraded, and she also completed the upgrade. But what the hell is this unlocking skill slot? Shouldn't the normal summon upgrade be directly given a new skill? Is Lin Yi really so special that she can choose what skills to learn like a professional? Thinking of this, the spiritual crystal watch on Lin Yi's hand suddenly vibrated. The next moment, Lin Yi's somewhat serious voice sounded. Lin Yi, you just reached level 60. Did you receive an invitation to the abyss trial? Lin Yi, yes. Don't accept the invitation yet. You are in the exam round now. If you enter the abyss trial, your results will be invalid. I know, so I didn't accept it. Lin Yi is not stupid, of course he knows this truth. On the other side, Lin Yi continued, for all professionals, the 0th level trial of Jiangyuan is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It requires careful preparation and can only be entered at this node of level 60. Next, you can normally kill monsters in the dungeon to gain experience, but don't actively click to upgrade. It will be a pity to miss the 0th level trial of Jiangyuan. After hearing what Lin Yi said, Lin Yi became interested. What exactly is this 0th level trial of Jiangyuan? Lin Yi did not answer Lin Yi's question directly, but continued, regarding Jiangyuan, you can ask your Dongjiang seniors after the 5th round of exams are over. The exams are still in progress, and I can't talk to you for a long time. This time I just remind you not to enter the Jiangyuan trial. After speaking, Lin Yi directly interrupted the communication. No one thought that someone could upgrade at such a fast speed during the 5th round of exams. This is unprecedented. After cutting off the communication, Lin Yi did not continue to worry about Jiangyuan, but opened Lin Yi's panel to look at it. First is the Soul Elegy that has just been upgraded. The overall attributes have been greatly improved compared to before. Soul Elegy. Type, weapon, two-handed. Grade, bronze, 0.08%. Equipment level, LV.1. Exclusive weapon, soul bound. Weight, 22.34 kilograms. Physical attack power plus 2044. Strength plus 871. Endurance plus 846. Spirit plus 833. Agility plus 901. Durability, never wear out. Unique special effect, soul devouring. When killing a target, it will devour the target's soul, obtain certain attribute values, and add them to its own basic attributes. Note, the stronger the target is, the higher the status, the more attribute values will be obtained. The additional attribute values given are far beyond the platinum level undead greatsword that Lin Yi got when he killed Rivendell. At this moment, the Soul Elegy has just reached the bronze level. Lin Yi didn't dare to think about how exaggerated the attributes would be when this weapon really advances to the artifact level. After looking at the weapon, Lin Yi opened Lin Yi's panel, clicked on the skill column. He did see an empty skill column. Meaning, as long as it is a skill that matches her orthodox or branch profession system, she can learn it. This mechanism is a bit against the sky. Lin Yi was still thinking about helping Lin Yi pay attention to the skill books related to the necromancy system and the warrior system in the future, but Lin Yi suddenly changed his expression. Master, someone is coming again. Lin Yi heard this and pulled back his thoughts. In the past half day, he did run into a lot of people. Those who are hostile, just send them out of the dungeon. Those who are not hostile, Lin Yi is too lazy to care. Don't call me master in the future, we can just call each other by name in the future. Lin Yi's words are sincere. Lin Yi has already gone beyond the scope of summoned creatures in all aspects. Lin Yi has already regarded her as a friend or a partner. After saying this, Lin Yi's delicate body trembled, then she nodded shyly. Brother Lin Yi, I have been looking for you for a long time. We have no ill intentions. We are willing to give you all the points. Can we team up with you? Suddenly, a soft and charming voice sounded behind Lin Yi. Looking back, I saw several girls coming over and looking at Lin Yi pitifully. These girls are pretty good in both figure and appearance. In such a long time, Lin Yi has met many people, but this is the first time he has met someone who wants to team up with him. But before Lin Yi could speak, Lin Yi saw from the corner of his eye that Lin Yu had already drawn his sword. Without saying a word, several afterimages flashed by, and the undead sword energy burst out. In an instant, several pitiful girls were sent out of the copy by Lin Yu. The whole process happened in the blink of an eye, without giving Lin Yi any chance to react. Feeling Lin Yu's emotions, Lin Yi was a little embarrassed. Is she jealous? A few coquettish bitches dare to snatch a man from me. Lin Yi found it funny and shook his head. He didn't take it to heart. Lin Yu was a little flustered, and suddenly said, they must have bad intentions. I'm sorry. Lin Yi shook his head. No need to apologize, you did the right thing. I didn't plan to team up with them. After this little episode, Lin Yi and Lin Yu continued to level up. The monsters in the hilly area were basically crushed and cleared by Lin Yi. Lin Yi also began to consciously move towards the central area of the entire Noah ruins. The entire Noah ruins is too large, and it is almost impossible to explore it all in one day. As time goes on, Lin Yi also found that the sky has darkened. In the end, it has completely fallen into darkness. I didn't expect that this dungeon is also like a small world, with sunrise and sunset. Unknowingly, he has spent more than 20 hours in the dungeon. It has been 23 hours since the start of the 5th round of testing. The last score list is announced. The Lingjing watch vibrated. The next moment when Lin Yi saw the ranking list, he suddenly realized it. There are only 3 names left on this list. First place, Lu Yu, points, 314699, team, none, location, Noah's wreckage area, dot. Second place, Xia Yuyan, points, 284136, team, none, location, Noah's wreckage area, dot. Third place, Lin Yi, points, 214748, team, none, location, Noah's wreckage area. The first and second are still these 2 familiar names. Lin Yi's curiosity was gradually replaced by fighting spirit. It's almost done. In the last hour, if I go to the desert area and the swamp area, I might be able to pick up some monsters, but leveling up is not the most important thing now. At this point in the game, the circle has shrunk to the end. It's time to eat chicken. Lin Yi rode on the back of Peng Wang and looked at the wreckage of Noah's giant ship under the dark sky in the distance. He looked at the spiritual crystal watch on his hand. 2 arrows pointing to Xia Yuyan and Lu Yu, completely overlapped. This means that the 2 are now in the center of the Noah wreckage, and may have already met. Lin Yi, all the flying beasts I sent out for reconnaissance have lost contact. They are all controlled by another will. Chapter 72 Lin Yi arrives. Heart of 10,000 Beasts vs Absolute Domain. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Lin Yu frowned, a hint of disbelief appeared in his eyes. Lin Yi was also stunned. Logically speaking, he and Lin Yu both have absolute control over the monsters he resurrected, especially Lin Yu, as the Lord of Natural Disasters. There is no reason why she cannot control her own army. If there is, then it can only be a skill or effect with a higher priority. Buzz. Lin Yi felt a terrifying mental force field burst out from the ruins far away. If it weren't for his eye of all-seeing, he wouldn't even be able to sense this force field, and this mental force field has no effect on him and Lin Yu. However, the next moment, Lin Yi heard the entire Noah ruins. There were roars and cries of beasts coming from all over the place below. Then, Lin Yi saw countless birds and beasts. All of them started to rush towards the place where the wave came from like crazy. Cry. That the 2 rocks ridden by Lin Yi and Lin Yu actually began to get agitated. They actually wanted to break free from Lin Yi and Lin Yu's restraints and fly forward at an accelerated speed. I can't control anymore. Lin Yu exclaimed. The next moment, she and Lin Yi were thrown off by 2 big pangs from behind. In a panic, Lin Yi was still calm. The next moment, he summoned the skeleton dragon that he had stored in the dead spirit space. The dragon caught the 2 people. Lin Yi began to observe the reaction of the skeleton dragon, but he found that this orthodox dead spirit summoned by him was not affected by the invisible wave. Lin Yi pondered for a moment, and he found a clue. The invisible wave that could compete for control were all monsters that were temporarily recruited by him, and all the summons he summoned. He still has absolute control. Lin Yi rode on the back of the skeleton dragon, watching the two big pengs flying away at an ever-increasing speed, and a slight arc appeared at the corner of his mouth. Although he didn't know what happened, the stronger the enemy, the more pleasure he would feel after defeating it. Otherwise, it would be too boring to push forward all the way. In the center of the Noah wreckage area that Lin Yi could not see, the scene here made everyone who was watching the final round of the National College entrance examination feel incredible. In the core area of the Noah ruins, a ship-shaped wreckage with a length of 10,000 meters crashed here. The entire wreckage vaguely shows the hard work and ingenuity of its maker. This is also the origin of the name of this copy. At this moment, the entire Ark wreckage area is occupied by dense monsters and beasts. After coming here, these beasts are no longer manic, but they are guarding the center of the ruins. Around a silver-haired boy, the boy's appearance and face shape are childish, and he looks only about 13 or 14 years old. At this moment, he holds a cube that flashes with deep blue light in his hand. The surface of the cube flashes with countless inscriptions that people in the Blue Star world cannot understand. These inscriptions seem to be the product of the technology side, and there are also traces of the magic side. Just holding it in his hand, the silver-haired boy Lu Yu felt as if endless power was pouring into his body. His profession is an epic profession, and it is the only profession, named Heart of All Beasts. Not only can he freely transform into any bird or beast in the Blue Star and the Abyss world, but he can also control other monsters within a certain range in an extremely domineering way. The more monsters he controls, the higher the bonus he gets. Under normal circumstances, Lu Yu's current limit is to control 332 monsters at the same time, and his status cannot be higher than the Lord level. But at this moment, under the energy injection of the deep blue magic cube in his hand, all the monsters in the entire Noah ruins are subservient to him. The winner of this round of exams has been decided. Li Qianye made a judgment. Boss, what he is holding should be the core module of the reactor of Noah's Ark, right? Li Qianye nodded. This is the most valuable dungeon item in this Abyss dungeon. It can greatly increase the professional skill effects of all professionals. Originally, his strength was on par with Xia Yuyan. Now that he has this key item, he must be the first this year. As the chief examiner of the 5th round, he also set the test questions this year. Naturally, he has already figured out the dungeon of Noah's ruins. He knows the effect of the core module of the reactor of the Ark better than anyone else. Although this thing cannot make the skills of the professionals themselves advanced, but it will make them evolve. Although the skill level is the same, the effect has changed dramatically. This magical effect has only been seen on this special item in this dungeon by Li Qianye. Unfortunately, this item is bound to the dungeon and cannot be taken out of the dungeon. While thinking, Lu Yu in the picture suddenly realized something and looked up at the darkness in front of him. In the darkness, nothing can be seen, but the beast sense given to Lu Yu by the thousands of fierce beasts on the field told him that someone was coming. Is it Sister Yuyan? You are still a step late. I can't lose now. Why don't you just give up? Lu Yu showed a kind smile, looked at the invisible figure in the darkness ahead, tilted his head and smiled. Although he said that the other party should give up, but the next moment, Lu Yu made a move. He just raised one hand. His right arm instantly transformed at an extremely terrifying speed, becoming a monster claw that was 100 meters long. He smashed down hard towards where Xia Yuyan was. Boom! With this smash, a pit several meters deep was smashed out in front of Lu Yu. This was the terrifying power he gained after mastering all the beasts. He could control the heavens and the earth at any time. However, the next moment, Lu Yu's face changed. He suddenly felt that his enlarged right arm was cut off by something. Domain, cut off the air. A girl's soft whisper came from the void. Puff. Hot blood spurted out, and Lu Yu's right arm was cut off directly from the root. The 100-meter-long broken arm didn't even have time to fall to the ground. The next moment, a large amount of blood and minced meat burst out again. The whole giant arm was cut into billions of pieces by an unknown force in an instant. Finally, it disappeared with the wind. Then, a figure wrapped in a light blue close-fitting robe slowly emerged from the darkness. What made you feel that I would lose? Xia Yuyan lowered her eyes. There seemed to be no emotion in it. As the words fell, Lu Yu's face showed a momentary surprise, then he regained his harmless fake smile. the broken right arm was restored to its original state in the next moment. For the heart of 10,000 beasts, this level of self-healing ability is not surprising. Lu Yu clapped his hands and laughed. Oh, sister is so powerful. But just like this, you can't beat me. As soon as the boy finished speaking, he seemed to have a feeling. He quickly looked up at the sky. At the same time, Xia Yuyan also tilted her head slightly, looking at the skeleton dragon flying from not far away in the sky, and on the dragon's back, another young man was sitting in an extremely lazy posture, holding his chin with his right hand, watching their fight with interest. Lin Yi arrived. At this moment, the three strongest young people in the entire daxia met here. Chapter 73 The Final Battle. Lin Yi vs Xia Yuyan. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Even though Lin Yi himself had just arrived, but he actually had a panoramic view of the scene just now with the help of the omniscient eye. Even the conversation between the two was overheard. Well, it fits my fantasy of the two strongest people of my generation in the entire daxia. Everyone is a pushover. Saw Lin Yi arriving, Lu Yu seemed a little dissatisfied. Are you the one who killed all the monsters in the snowy mountainous and hilly areas? If it weren't for you, I would have more friends right now. Lin Yi glanced at the countless ferocious beasts and monsters surrounding Lu Yu. He looked at Lu Yu intently again. He raised his eyebrows instantly. Heart of all beasts. No wonder his two rock mounts were disobedient, because before becoming undead creatures, these two monsters were both birds and beasts. If we really talk about authority, with the blessing of the Arc Reactor Core Module, Lu Yu does have higher authority. Well, it seems that the idea of using the Natural Disaster Army to directly push the remaining two people has completely failed. I might have to show some real trump cards. I'm in a hurry. You're all going to lose anyway, so let's go up together. Xia Yuyan didn't even look at Lin Yi. In other words, the other two people present at the moment could not get into her eyes. Within the realm, she has no rivals. That's been it since birth. She just needs to upgrade step by step and complete the job transfer task. Within 10 years, she will definitely have a place in the great Xia god of war. Xia Yuyan is very proud. But her pride comes from her terrifying record of not losing a single game so far, whether they are at the same level or beyond. She can complete the crushing. Even if she faces some elders who are highly promoted, she is not without the strength to fight. The younger generation in daxia are the strongest and most invincible. Others would give such comments without her having to say it explicitly. Sister Yuyan, you stole my lines again. Obviously you two should go together, right? Lu Yu shouted dissatisfied. In the sky, Lin Yi chuckled. I won't interrupt, you continue. The outcome of this battle depends on Lin Yi. In fact, I already knew it, but he just enjoys the process. Of course, if the two people below choose to deal with themselves as the third party first, Lin Yi didn't mind participating in the battle himself. Alas, Sister Yuyan, although it is a bit disgraceful to win against you this time because of the dungeon props. But it's better than never winning once. Lu Yu and Xia Yuyan seemed to have a tacit understanding. They didn't care about Lin Yi in the sky. It seems that the real decisive battle has nothing to do with Lin Yi, a stranger. A winner will only emerge between them. Once one of them wins, it will be a sure thing to crush Lin Yi. In addition, the two seem to know each other. Moreover, in the previous battles, the silver-haired boy Lu Yu probably never defeated Xia Yuyan, so there must be resentment in his heart. I don't know what kind of instructions Lu Yu gave to the beasts. The next moment, there were tens of thousands of ferocious beasts on the scene, and their eyes instantly turned red as blood. The body size has grown by more than 1/3. Lin Yi's eyes narrowed. He could see that in just the blink of an eye, this young man had given 3 or 4 buffs to tens of thousands of ferocious beasts. And each one is very strong. Even the status of these ferocious beasts increased by half a level. Plop. Plop. Lin Yi's ears also heard the sound of heartbeat like a war drum. The sound of the hearts of thousands of monsters on the field at the same time and at the same time. At this moment, all the beasts are united. Go crazy. Bloodthirsty. Amplification. In the council hall, when Xiao Xian saw that Lu Yu had finally handed over all his trump cards, he couldn't help but read out the names of the skills he knew. This kid has actually upgraded all his skills to level 5. With the blessing of the core module, the benefits given by these 4 5th level skills are terrifying. This last state is the blood-destroying beast alliance. This is a 6th level skill, and he really tried his best. Xia Yuyan's response to tens of thousands of enhanced ferocious beasts, still calm, buzz. A light blue field aperture, in an instant, it centered at Xia Yuyan's feet and rapidly expanded until it covered hundreds of meters. All ferocious beasts that enter Xia Yuyan's domain, in the next moment, he will be slashed by an unknown person, cutting off his arms, thighs, or even cutting him in half. However, these ferocious beasts suffered such heavy losses, it will be intact in the next second. Including those ferocious beasts that were beheaded and beheaded. It seems that they have acquired immortality. Ha ha ha, my friends are already immortal. Sister Yuyan, your Duankong domain has been cracked by me. Lu Yu's expression was a little ferocious. In fact, it is not easy for him to activate this state. It was also very taxing on him, but it's all worth it, except for Xiao Shuani and Mr. Meng who saw the clues. No one else could see how Lu Yu did this, except Lin Yi, Blood-Sucking Beast Alliance. During the duration, all your summoned beasts will share their health points. All summoned beasts will not die before the total health points are cleared. One thing to say, this buff is used when the number of summoned beasts is not enough. Actually it's not bad, but at this moment, Lu Yu used the core module to control tens of thousands of ferocious beasts. It's a bit invincible. The total health of tens of thousands of ferocious beasts would be a very terrifying number. There was still no wave in Xia Yuyan's cold eyes. It seemed that Lu Yu's desperate effort still posed no threat to her. You disappoint me a little. Even if you get such a big bonus, it's nothing more than that. Field, silence. In Lu Yu's somewhat disbelieving eyes, Xia Yuyan switched the realm status. From the domain, sky break to the domain, silence. And the coverage of this field is 7 or 8 times larger than that of Duankong. The dark gray silent realm enveloped Lu Yu and countless ferocious beasts. Soon, the special effects in this field were revealed. Those ferocious beasts that Lu Yu had added the effects of crazy bloodthirsty and blood-destroying beast alliance instantly lost all their bonuses. It has changed into its normal appearance before. Lin Yi, who was also enveloped in this field, also discovered, all my skills below level 6 can no longer be used. It's time to end. Field superposition, burning flame, the blazing fire, the terrifying heat, and the red scorching flame domain are superimposed on the gray silent domain. Tens of thousands of ferocious beasts were present at that moment, turn into ashes. This scene is extremely impactful. Even Lin Yi, who already knew this outcome, would have to say it was wonderful. The fake smiling boy Lu Yu stopped smiling, as the heart of all beasts. At this moment when all the summoned beasts were killed, the death knell of defeat had already sounded. You bully. Just wait. I want to tell my grandpa, that the next moment, Lu Yu took the initiative to press the red button and exit the instance, the core module of the arc reactor that he had previously held in his hand. It was also picked up by Xia Yuyan. She raised her head and looked at Lin Yi, who was riding on the dragon's back in the sky with the same indifferent expression. It's your turn. The endgame is officially here. Chapter 74. The domain is broken. Start at level 7 to show respect. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The next moment Xia Yuyan held the core module of the arc reactor. Her domain began to expand at an extremely terrifying speed in an instant. If the core module allowed Lu Yu to control the summoned beasts from 300 to 10,000, then the impact on Xia Yuyan was that all her domain effects not only evolved, but also expanded from the kilometer level to the 10,000 meter level. However, the next moment, Xia Yuyan directly threw the dark blue Rubik's Cube on the ground. Her pride, she was not allowed to use this additional bonus ability. Without the module bonus, Xia Yuyan's domain returned to normal, because facing Lin Yi, she could easily win without using these external things. It's over, let's go and pick him up. This kid is lucky. He should have been third, but now he can get second. Notify those people in the publicity group to debug as soon as possible. The national results will be released soon. Li Qianye saw this, he stood up and prepared to leave the invigilation room, to deal with the aftermath of this round of exams. The suspense is gone. Xia Yuyan is terribly strong, under the domain, no one survives. In the parliament hall, Xiao Shuani also smiled. Mr. Meng, you should admit that Xia Yuyan should have won, right? I admit that as an ordinary professional, he has done well enough and shocked me a lot, but that's it. Whether it's Li Qianye or Xiao Shuani, even Li Yuanjing who is watching the game at this moment, and Qi Guoguang who is watching the game in Dongjiang province, everyone has their own judgment in their hearts. This final battle, at the beginning, the suspense has been lost. Lin Yi's winning rate is 0, he will definitely lose. However, just when everyone was thinking about it, even Li Qianye was about to write Xia Yuyan's name as the first in this year's national candidate rankings. The picture in the copy made everyone suddenly realize. It seems not that simple. Mr. Meng still sat in the chair calmly, with a smile on his lips. Yuyan is a good kid, but unfortunately she has inherited her grandfather's bad temper. She never looks people in the eye. She should have learned a lesson today. If it weren't for this girl's strength, you and I might not have seen the real trump card of this kid Lin today. As soon as Mr. Meng finished speaking, Xiao Shuani realized that something was wrong. Xia Yuyan looked at Lin Yi in the sky, and her eyes fluctuated for a moment, because even though she was enveloped by her two domains, Lin Yi was not affected at all. It's just that the skeleton dragon and Lin Yi were taken back into the dead space by him, under the double superposition of the silence domain and the burning domain. All of Lin Yi's skills were sealed, and it was difficult to withstand the high temperature brought by the burning domain, so Lin Yi took them back in advance. A pair of wind wings appeared behind Lin Yi, and he landed slowly. I must admit that you are probably the strongest person of my generation that I have ever seen. The field that seals the 6th level skills, the space-slashing field. It's really a bit outrageous. But since you are so outrageous, it's not too much for me to use some more outrageous skills, right? That the last sentence, Lin Yi did not say it out loud, instead, he said it to himself in his heart. Before, he had always restrained himself, he had always hidden his true strength. In fact, he was afraid that what he showed was too shocking, it would cause unnecessary trouble, but now after seeing the two perverts, Lu Yu and Xia Yuyan, he realized the entire blue star, the Xia, which is known as the first in comprehensive strength. There is no shortage of geniuses. Since the top leaders of the country can accommodate them, they must be able to accommodate themselves. Then, there is no need for me to hide it. Start with the 7th level to show respect. Then, Lin Yi pointed to Xia Yuyan in the center of the field. The next moment, Xia Yuyan's face changed, and the high temperature of the entire scorching domain suddenly dropped at this moment. With Lin Yi as the center, the entire scorching domain even began to form a white frost. This scene made everyone dumbfounded. What's going on? Why can he not only be fine under the superposition of two domains, but also be able to reverse the effect of the entire domain invisibly? Now the scorching domain looks like it has failed. It's not an exaggeration to rename it as the ice-cold domain. This is impossible. The domain is silent, it can seal all skills below the 6th level, and dispel all the buff effects below the 6th level. Why can he still use skills? Xiao Shuani was a little confused, he didn't understand. He couldn't figure it out. In his opinion, Lin Yi should be turned into ashes in an instant, which is in line with expectations. Wait, this magic fluctuation. This is, the 7th level. Meng Lao gave Xiao Shuani, who was fussing on the side, a meaningful look. That look seemed to say, you just realized it now. Ice element 7th level, soul frozen. A gleam of light appeared in Meng Lao's eyes, he uttered a few words. He had been waiting for this moment for a long time. Long-term in a high position, coupled with terrifying strength, he had long discovered that Lin Yi had the ability to cast high-level skills, but since the 5th round of the exam, everything this kid encountered was too weak. He was able to sweep the entire Noah ruins completely relying on the summons of the undead system. If Xia Yuyan was not a qualified opponent, even Mr. Meng was not sure at this moment what level Lin Yi's true strength was. Now he is sure, he can really use skills beyond the 6th level. 7th level skills. These thoughts are just things that are produced in an instant. And in the copy, what happened in this instant made Li Qianye and others who had just stood up sit down again, because, the high and mighty Xia Yuyan, in her own dual domain, was completely frozen by a piece of crystal clear ice. And the shock that Lin Yi brought to them was not limited to this. Een. A clear dragon roar resounded throughout the Noah ruins. The next moment, the dark sky was dyed red by the red flames. A giant dragon composed entirely of pure fire elements flapped its wings, like a meteor, streaking across the sky. Then, the blazing dragon breath fell like a waterfall, sweeping across the Noah wreckage in the center of the ruins. On the path, Xia Yuyan, who was completely frozen and controlled by the 7th level ice soul, was naturally included. At this moment in the ice, Xia Yuyan's expression was a little more surprised. She finally understood at this moment why her domain was ineffective against the boy in front of her. The silent domain can only target those below the 6th level, and he attacked at the 7th level. And it was a dual system 7th level. Compared with the scorching domain, the 7th level fire skills naturally show that Lin Yi's mastery and control of the fire element far exceeds her domain. Crack, collapse. The dragon breath swept over, and Xia Yuyan's dual domains were completely shattered. Please recommend and vote for the monthly ticket. I recently recommended it, and I feel that the data has plummeted, and my mentality has been affected. If you enjoy it, please support it. In addition, I beg you to read it every day, which is really important for a book. The author thanks you again. Chapter 75 The Flame Emperor Returns. How can ordinary fire burn? You are listening at novelfull.audio. On the big screen, in the sea of fire, only Lin Yi still stood there calmly. The fire was extinguished, and Lin Yi's shadow was dragged out for a long time, shining on the remains of the Fangzhou ruins in the distance, making it even more oppressive. Li Qianye closed his open mouth. The shocking effect brought by the 2 7th level spells is unparalleled. Even he couldn't help but feel chilled when he saw Lin Yi at this moment. Necromantic system, fire system, wind system, ice system, he knows so much. But he is very good at everything. In this exam, Lin Yi gave him a shock that no one else could match. If I just appreciated it before. Now Li Qianye looks at Lin Yi with admiration. The twists and turns of this final battle happened too violently and too quickly. Just now he thought Lin Yi was going to be killed. Who knew that in the end he would be the one who stood up to others? Li Qianye stood up. This time it should really be over. Let's go and pick up people. At the other end of the wall, separated from the invigilation room, are the senior officials of the provincial education bureaus responsible for delivering exams. My eyes almost popped out. Yes, this is only the 5th round of the National College Entrance Examination. That's right, both candidates are just second-guessing. That's right, most of them can't beat either of these two people with real swords and guns. Li Yuanjing was even more excited and trembling all over. If it weren't for the bad influence, he might have spoken out now and made a big statement that this is our strongest young generation in Dongjiang. No. From today on, they should be the strongest young generation in the entire Daxia. The first examination room in Dongjiang, Qi Guoguang sat on the chair, looking at Lin Yi on the big screen. His whole body couldn't stop shaking. It's him. It's really him. Everything is settled. He recalled being outside Blue City. At that time, he was flying in the air and Lin Yi was outside the city gate. That startling glimpse, everything made sense. In this era, a new star is really about to rise into the sky of Great Xia, and the light it will shine may be even greater than the blazing sun. In copy, Lin Yi looked at the center of the fire and smoke. Some sighed. The strength of the area close to you is a bit high, and it can actually withstand my sky flame dragon breath. Lin Yi's words stunned all the spectators. The next moment, they were shocked to realize that Xia Yuyan was hit by 2 7th level magics, but she was not defeated on the spot. The ice melted, and Xia Yuyan's hair was scattered around her neck, making her look extremely embarrassed. There was also a faint trace of blood on the corner of his mouth. It was obvious that Lin Yi's attack just now had severely damaged her vitality. Countless glass-like transparent flakes peeled off from her body, then it shattered and disappeared. This is a micro-area that has been covering Xia Yuyan's body since she appeared on the scene. It was this layer of personal domain protection that allowed Xia Yuyan to withstand Lin Yi's 7th-level magic. What a keen observation. Xiao Shuani also praised Lin Yi this time, because it was from a bystander's perspective. The clarity of the video broadcast through the bracelet was just that. After all, he wasn't there, so he also ignored Xia Yuyan's protective field. At this moment, combined with Xia Yuyan's skill set, he quickly recognized the skill. Field, denied. Able to repel all other objects, attacks, and even energy in the field. Is she now able to completely cover this area on her body? Xiao Xian took a breath of air. I am amazed by Xia Yuyan's persistence and hard work. Because he knows that this field is too special, although the effect is extremely terrifying, the cost of using it is also very exaggerated. Because of the exclusionary effect of this field, it will even exclude the domain releaser himself. Covering the entire body means that Xia Yuyan is enduring tremendous pain all the time. This is the price of absolute territory. Xia Yuyan has never experienced such an embarrassing moment. She was already extremely angry, and her desire for victory finally made her give up her previous pride. She realized that Lin Yi was not a prey that could be ravaged by her. At this moment, the roles of hunter and prey have already been transformed. She picked up the blue Rubik's Cube that she had just abandoned on the ground. Lin Yi just watched and did not stop him, because this is the copy prop she should get. According to the normal process, Xia Yuyan and Lu Yu were the first to arrive at the wreckage area, got this prop, and gained nothing wrong with it. On the other hand, this thing is useless to Lin Yi, because of skill evolution or something. He's done playing bad. Xia Yuyan held the core module of the arc reactor in her right hand and instantly felt a vast and majestic power pouring into her body. The injury just now was completely repaired in almost a few breaths. At the same time, 10 layers of transparent light film condensed in an instant, and then perfectly covered Xia Yuyan's body surface. Field, denied, strengthened tenfold. In addition, 3 realms, 1 gray, 1 blue and 1 red, began to spread outward with Xia Yuyan as the center. Domain, cracking the sky. Area, dead silence. Field, annihilation. At this moment, the 3 realms have evolved. And they overlap with each other. In this absolute realm, everything should perish. Go to hell. That the 3 realms are completely unfolded. Buzz. An extremely heavy space fracture cutting sound is heard. A blue light suddenly appears. Lin Yi was cut vertically from the center by this space fracture. The fire brought by the annihilation realm melted all the ice that Lin Yi had created before. The next step should be to melt Lin Yi. It seems that this battle has finally come to an end. The changes in the battlefield made Li Qinya completely unable to react. He didn't even have time to save Lin Yi. It's over. Is such a young and excellent seedling going to fall here? However, the next second everyone heard a sigh. I didn't want to use it, the cooling time is too long. It's time to end. This is Lin Yi's voice. His voice seems to be a little different from the previous lazy and easygoing voice. Instead, there was an unquestionable and arrogant taste. Li Qinya, who had just stood up, sat down again, because he saw that in the picture, Lin Yi was cut in half by the sky-splitting slash, and there was no blood flowing out of the wound. Instead, a few wisps of deep blue flames emerged. The next moment after these wisps of flames emerged, the red annihilation field that belonged to Xia Yuyan collapsed immediately. Crack. Collapse. How could ordinary fire burn in front of the supreme fire? Tang. In the parliament hall, Elder Meng, who had always been calm, suddenly stood up. Then, Xiao Shuani realized that this real strong man who stood at the top of Daxia's combat power disappeared in an instant. In the invigilation room, the figure of Elder Meng leaning on a cane suddenly appeared. Then, in the next moment before Li Qinya had time to react, Elder Meng lightly tapped the cane in his hand. The next moment, the entire spirit crystal broadcasting device was melted into a pile of burning residue. Then, the broadcasting video in the copy in front of everyone, all disappeared. Chapter 76, Crushing. After Lin Yi, there is no more genius. You are listening at novelfull.audio. What's going on? Is it broken? What the hell? It's so exciting. What's going on? Shouldn't that guy be killed? Why is he still alive and kicking? Fuck, what's going on with that blue flame? Did you see that? Xia Yuyan's scorching flame field seems to have collapsed again. No, don't break down at this time. The whole daxia, who was watching the fifth round of the final battle, was all Spartan. They said fucking, but they were thinking about it. What's the difference between this and Suanji? They really want to know the outcome of this battle. Both of them are too strong. Really too strong. They are so strong that they can completely crush all the young people in this daxia. They can only see this level of confrontation in the Global Professional Olympic Games held every 4 years. I didn't expect to watch the National College Entrance Examination today. It opened their eyes. The first examination room in Dongjiang. Qi Guoguang stared at the big screen that had fallen into darkness, lost in thought. Then his hair stood up, that deep blue flame, that supreme glance that looked down on everyone. The next moment, he understood everything. In the top floor council hall of the Imperial Education Administration, countless senior executives of the Great Xia Education Administration looked at each other in surprise. Xiao Shuani looked at the screen that had fallen into a grayish-white. He was thoughtful. He took a deep breath. Only he knew why Mr. Meng did this. Because it was very likely that what Lin Yi was going to show in the next second would arouse the covetousness of countless forces in the entire Blue Star. He was protecting 2 top talents of Great Xia. In the invigilation room, Li Qianye was stunned. Meng Lao. You, why are you here? Although he knew that this big man was likely to have been watching this round of tests, Li Qianye couldn't imagine that he could actually see him with his own eyes. No other live broadcast footage has leaked out, right? Elder Meng questioned Li Qianye with an imposing manner. Li Qianye nodded. No, the source of the live broadcast is here, and no one should know what happened in the copy now. Elder Meng nodded, and then continued. You, everyone under you. You must sign the S-level confidential death contract today. Everything you just saw and heard must be kept strictly confidential. Those who do not sign will be executed in accordance with relevant laws. And count the people who have watched the live broadcast of this round of exams across the country today, and implement the relevant memory clearing process. Violators will be executed. After speaking, Elder Meng disappeared. Li Qianye stood there in a daze, chills on the back. S-level confidential death contract. This is an absolute confidentiality death contract that must be fulfilled for a lifetime after signing. If the relevant secrets are leaked, the power of the law in the death contract will directly execute the leaker on the spot. And if you don't sign this S-level death contract, you will also be executed on the spot. And they are already lucky. At least they will not lose a part of their memory. That moment just now, what happened? What made Mr. Meng so upset? He did not hesitate to start such a cumbersome and strict process, and only let this video material be known by very few people. Others will forget everything they saw. Noah's ruins. Xia Yuyan looked at Lin Yi's posture at this moment, and waves of palpitations from intuition and inspiration made her feel emotions she had never had before. Fear, and even awe. This is impossible. Xia Yuyan could not understand the situation at this moment. Just a cluster of deep blue flames made her evolve to the quasi-7th level. Annihilation was shattered in an instant. At the same time, another realm of her own split into pieces. There were hundreds of space slashes per second. It had no effect on Lin Yi in front of him. It was as if his flesh and blood body had disappeared without a trace. Instead, it sublimated into a higher level of existence. Tens of thousands of meters above the battlefield between the two, a figure slowly emerged. Elder Meng leaned on a cane and stood quietly in the void. His eyes stared at the battle below. Before, when he saw the deep blue flames bursting out of Lin Yi's body, it was just a glimpse. He didn't see it clearly, and he was forced to cut off the broadcast screen by himself. Witness it with his own eyes at this moment. Elder Meng really confirmed one thing. More than 10 days ago, the Abyss Demon Emperor, codenamed Abyss Flame Emperor, who had just been uploaded to the database, was actually Lin Yi himself. It was just a short moment of thinking, and Elder Meng suddenly discovered that Lin Yi had completed the transformation. The deep blue flame covered every corner of Lin Yi's body. In other words, he himself had become the incarnation of flame at this moment. Then, he also broke free from the shackles of gravity and began to rise continuously. In the ruins of Noah, which had already fallen at night, it was as if a blue flame sun had risen again from the horizon. The blinding light almost made Xia Yuyan unable to open her eyes, and she felt as if she was being burned by the scorching sun. Lin Yi suddenly looked up at a place in the sky, his eyes swept across a distance of 10,000 meters and focused on Elder Meng, who was hidden in the sky and shadows. Elder Meng's eyes once again shone with brilliance. "He can see me, that this kid, any trump cards?" Lin Yi just glanced at Mr. Meng and quickly looked away, looking down at Xia Yuyan, who had taken back all the fields, leaving only the body protection field, rejected. Lin Yi spread his fingers, divine fire. Tianjing. The sun in the sky, like a helium flash, it bursts out with the most blazing light. Then, boom. The entire space of Noah's ruins is trembling. The wreckage of the ark and the surface vegetation were instantly annihilated and evaporated by the terrifying high temperature. Swamps and lakes evaporated in an instant. Meng Lao's expression changed while he was high in the sky. He clearly saw that before the power of the skill released by Lin Yi had fully exploded, it covered Xia Yuyan's 17 areas. Veto, it was also directly evaporated and shattered. Not good. Mr. Meng's heart sank. He immediately stopped watching and stepped away, appeared next to Xia Yuyan, a light tap of the cane, an emerald green ripple spread out, protect Xia Yuyan among them. At the same time, the Xinhua Tianjing officially broke out. A nuclear explosion descended on the entire ruins. Mr. Meng, who was in the center of the nuclear explosion, was protected by the green ripples and remained unscathed, but the burning heat that hit his face still made him marvel at the terrifying power of Lin Yi's skill. 8th level top grid. No, it's close to the 9th level of power. This kid, although Lin Yi had already seen through Lin Yi's hidden trump card before, when this trump card was really exposed, Mr. Meng still misjudged his terrifying strength. Are Lu Yu and Xia Yuyan geniuses? Even if this question is thrown to Daxia's God of War powerhouse, the answer is yes, but there is also a gap between so-called geniuses. After that, the whole young generation in Daxia, after Lin Yi, no one can be called a genius. Mr. Meng looked at Xia Yuyan, who had been rescued by him but was already charred and in a coma, and sighed. That's enough, kid, you win. Chapter 77 Full marks in 5 rounds, number 1 in the country. You are listening at novelfull.audio. In the sky, Lin Yi had already seen everything happening below. Being at the center of the nuclear explosion of his divine fire, not only was he unscathed, but he also seemed to be at ease. This old man is so powerful. What does he want to do? Is this some kind of relative or elder of Xia Yuyan? At this moment, Lin Yi even wanted to throw a fire spell at him and escape. There is no way. This can be regarded as Lin Yi's stress reaction, but after watching for a while, I saw that the old man was not hostile to me. Lin Yi realized that it was his old habit of always thinking the worst about things, judging from the strength currently displayed by this old man. Even if he really summons the 8 desolate heavenly meteors to smash them down, there is a high probability that he cannot be killed. While Lin Yi was thinking wildly, the entire copy of Noah's ruins began to tremble violently, the wreckage of Noah's Ark on the surface. This is the core of this entire copy. The core module of the Ark reactor was previously held tightly in Xia Yuyan's hands. At this moment, it has been broken into a pile of gray-white powder. Lost this core Rubik's Cube, the entire wreckage of Noah was completely evaporated and annihilated by Lin Yi's divine fire sky sign. So, what happened in Felicane, the city of lost light, should soon happen in the ruins of Noah. Lin Yi saw a large number of spatial cracks appearing throughout the copy. The entire copy space began to become unstable. It is only a matter of time before we fall into a deeper abyss. Let's go. Mr. Meng shouted from below. The next moment, Lin Yi felt that he was also wrapped in the emerald green ripples. After a while, the world was spinning. When he regained his vision, Lin Yi found that he had appeared in the underground hall before entering the dungeon. In the invigilation room, soon, the affairs team that had been responsible for eliminating candidates sent a message to Li Qinya. Just now, the last 2 candidates in the copy of Noah's relics have all come out. Li Qinya felt his brain buzzing. It's over. Is it over? Mr. Meng came to shut down the entire broadcast device. Less than half a minute has passed, right? The fifth round, the final battle, ended so suddenly. So, who wins? With this huge curiosity, Li Qianye rushed to the entrance hall of the previous copy as quickly as possible. He saw the copy door. Mr. Meng was standing there, talking to another person, and that person was clearly Lin Yi. At the same time, there were several teams of priests who were responsible for treating and providing first aid to eliminated candidates. Lying on the stretcher was a man with his eyes closed, his whole body charred, and somewhat miserable. It can still be vaguely seen that it is Xia Yuyan. Who wins and who loses? The ending has been revealed. Li Qianye took a deep breath. He couldn't understand it. 10th level domain, denial of incarnation. How could she be so injured? If Mr. Meng hadn't taken action, would Xia Yuyan have been completely dead at this moment? However, he may never know what happened in the copy after the broadcast was cut off. Thinking about it this way, Li Qianye secretly made a decision in his heart. I might as well clean up my memory, otherwise, it would be a bit painful to spend the rest of your life with this doubt and curiosity. Mr. Meng glanced at Li Qianye, then looked around at the other candidates. The results of this assessment were announced calmly. He pointed at Lin Yi. He is the final winner of this round. The scores will be calculated based on full marks. After giving instructions to Li Qianye, Mr. Meng looked at Lin Yi and said, "Boy, follow me." Lin Yi touched his nose, then he looked at Xia Yuyan, who was lying on the stretcher dying. I felt a little uneasy. After all, he didn't hide it. Alas, what was shown was still too terrifying, wasn't it? Lin Yi followed Mr. Meng. When passing by other candidates who had been eliminated before, Lin Yi found that these people were looking at him in awe, as if they had seen a ghost, and he didn't dare to come within 3 meters of him at all. Lin Yi didn't understand. It seems that you are not so scary, right? These people should have just seen themselves commanding an army of undead scourges, right? Is there any need to be so afraid? Li Qianye also saw this scene. He watched Lin Yi disappear with Mr. Meng at the end of the dark corridor. A hint of jealousy emerged in my heart. If it can be said that Lu Yu and Xia Yuyan crushed the other candidates taking the 5th round of exams this time, then Lin Yi also crushes Xia Yuyan like a fault. The two sides are not on the same power level at all. From now on, looking at the entire Daxia, the younger generation, Lin Yi is the highest mountain and the longest river. Just when Li Qianye was in a daze, boom. The entire underground space began to shake. Later, Li Qianye was shocked to find that the light curtain at the entrance to the copy of Noah's ruins was shrinking and collapsing at an extremely fast speed. What happened in the copy? What happened? The next moment, everyone in the entire underground space once again received a Blue Star World notification. Dungeon Closure Notice. Please note that all professionals on Blue Star, the 5-person copy of the Surface Abyss, Noah's Ruins has been permanently removed from the list of Surface Abyss copies because the core module of the arc reactor, the core of the copy, has been destroyed and the copy structure has been completely destroyed. From now on, all professionals will no longer be able to enter this copy. The final passer of this copy will be included in the Global Copy Hall of Fame. Li Qianye looked at the back of Lin Yi, who had already followed Mr. Meng out of the door. He was deeply shocked. Huh? The copy of Noah's Ruins disappeared directly. The last person to pass the pass, isn't it Lin Yi? Li Qianye knew before that Lin Yi had passed a certain Abyss trial copy when he took the provincial exam, and because of some coincidences, he was on the Global Copy Hall of Fame. Now, he has one more record in the Hall of Fame. Damn! Boy, you did a good job. You were very alert, and you knew how to hide yourself. But the things you hid made me, an old man, look at you with new eyes. Also, you were a little ruthless. In the dark corridor, Elder Meng's words were full of appreciation and kindness. This made Lin Yi feel a little relieved. It seems that this old man should represent the entire Daxia, the real high-level people, right? Their attitude towards him seems to be okay. Seeing his sublimated form, he was not too shocked. Well, it is also true. There are countless strong people in the entire Blue Star. Maybe the 8th level alienated fire magic can shock most people, but it cannot shock those who really hold power and supreme power. However, Lin Yi still carefully tested jokingly, you won't take me to a laboratory and dissect me for research, right? Meng, who was walking in front, paused, then he laughed and said, "What do you think we are, man-eating monsters? Also, brat, don't be too proud. Although you are very strong now and have great potential for growth, if you die young, you will be nothing. Do you know how many countries, organizations, and individuals are eyeing our great Xia? You young geniuses, are you eager to get rid of them?" Chapter 78, The Attitude of the Top Management, Receive the Reward. You are listening at novelfull.audio. It is impossible for us as a human race to be completely united. Disputes arise between people for various reasons, let alone between countries. In addition to this, the entire Abyss world and thousands of civilizations from other worlds are also eager to eat our blue star civilization alive. The resources of the entire world are limited. If civilization wants to develop and survive, the only way is to fight and plunder each other, and you will live and die. Meng Lao said something. For the first time, Lin Yi truly realized the crisis that Daxia and even the entire Blue Star human race were facing at this moment, and I also realized the vision and structure of this old man and even the entire Daxia senior management. Their level of consciousness has reached the stage of civilization survival, although Lin Yi admired him, to be honest, he didn't want to look at everything from such a high level. The reason for longing for power and becoming stronger is simply to have a foothold in this world. Okay, let's go ahead and introduce myself again. My name is Meng Yuanzhou. Just call me Mr. Meng. You just need to know that I am telling you these things today just to let you know. We attach great importance to talents. You, Xia Yuyan, Lu Yu, and even all the candidates who can enter the 5th round. In the future, we will definitely be able to accomplish something. You are the descendants who will continue our legacy, and you are also the hope of Daxia and even the entire human race. So, we will protect you and thrive at all costs. I can see that you are more mature than others. It's like your 18-year-old body contains a decades-old soul, huh? Meng Yuanzhou laughed out loud until the end. Lin Yi felt relieved at this moment. If Daxia's top management really wants to harm themselves, to be honest, Lin Yi found that he had no room to struggle. He is strong, but after living with these for hundreds of years, skills, equipment, talents, martial arts, compared with a strong man who is perfect in all aspects, he is really not qualified. Okay, no more gossip, Lin Yi, I am very optimistic about you. I understand your family background, and now I know a little bit about you personally. I don't want you to die young at some point in the future. We've learned too many hard lessons. So, I must remind you to keep your good habit of being cautious now. In this world, there are too many skills, props, regional effects, and spiritual crystal spells beyond our imagination. If you don't attract the attention of those who are interested, what do you young people have to say? Oh, yes, just keep growing and don't waste it. But you are now ranked first in this year's National College Entrance Examination. There is no way to hide this. You can only pay more attention to yourself. For the rest of the time, I want you to be like the light and restrain your sharpness. When the day comes when you become the god of war and this world can't help you, you can be as crazy as you want. Lin Yi nodded and accepted the instruction with an open mind. I can do it, Mr. Meng. Seeing Lin Yi's reaction, Meng Yuanzhou was very pleased. He suddenly remembered something and asked, by the way, you were in the dungeon just now and you have already reached level 60, right? Did you receive an invitation to enter the 0th floor of Jiangyuan? Lin Yi nodded. He just wanted to ask about Jiangyuan. Meng Yuanzhou said, I'll keep the story short. You should already have a basic understanding of the abyss. The city of lost light and the ruins of Noah that you have experienced are both a type of copy of the abyss. But these copies are actually surface copies of the abyss. You can think of the abyssal world as a never-ending deep sea. Most copies of the abyss are cruise ships floating on the sea. And descending into the abyss means that you have officially dived below the sea level. In the abyss world, from the surface to the deep, each layer has specific abyss rules, and the difficulty of the copy will also increase step by step. Of course, the rewards are also more generous. The 0th level of the abyss is your first hurdle towards the deeper levels. At the same time, it is also your only chance to obtain high-level talents before descending to the 20th floor of the abyss. Lin Yi's eyes lit up when he heard this. Are you saying that the 0th level of Jiangyuan will reward you with an additional talent? It may also be exclusive equipment, or a permanent buff state. All in all, descending to the 0th level of the abyss is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for all professionals. However, there are differences between the dungeons on the 0th level of Jiangyuan. Boy, do you know the difference between our top universities in the country and those 211, 985 super first-class universities? Lin Yi shook his head. I don't know. This is actually what Lin Yi has always been curious about. The idea that everyone instilled in him was to take the exam well and get a good ranking, then choosing a good university will be of great benefit to future career paths. So what's the difference? Is it theoretical knowledge? Lin Yi believes that in this era of catastrophe, although information is valuable, it is by no means something that any individual or organization can firmly grasp. There is no airtight wall in the world. Is it a rare resource? Then you can also redeem it through Daxia merit points. Even the best way to earn merit points is not to enter the professional university for further study, but to join the army directly. Once you join the professional coalition, as long as you make merit, you can get a lot of merit points. Therefore, these top universities in the world must have something that other organizations don't have. It's the copy. Meng Yuanzhou gave the answer. To be precise, it's the admission qualification to the copy. When you enter the university, you will naturally understand these, so I won't explain them in detail. I will only say one thing. That is, the top 3 universities in the world have the most special copies of the 0th level of the abyss. If you accept the invitation of the 0th level of the abyss now, you will only enter the most common and the lowest difficulty 0th level of the abyss, which is unified across the entire blue star. The upper limit of the reward you get will only be A level. And the special 0th level copy of the abyss mastered by the first universities in various countries in the world has an upper limit of SSS level rewards. Lin Yi completely understood. In this way, the advantages of top universities compared to other civilian organizations are reflected. You shouldn't worry about admission. Number 1 in the country. And he got the first place with full marks in 5 rounds. I haven't seen him for many years. You should choose the school, not the school choosing you. Okay, Li Qianye and his team should be busy with the national results release. It will be announced nationwide in about an hour. You can ask him for the reward for the national champion. Lin Yi thanked Meng Yuanzhou, walked out of the room, and returned the same way. When he found Li Qianye, Lin Yi found that the attitude of the chief examiner towards him was a 180-degree turn. There was even a bit of respect in his words. Come to receive the reward. Sit down. Come, sit here. Lao Jiang, why are you standing there? Go and pour tea for our national champion. Use the top-grade Maojian I bought 2 years ago. Lin Yi was warmly entertained by Li Qianye. When he heard about the collection of Maojian, Lin Yi found that the expressions of those under Li Qianye changed when he looked at him. Chapter 79, Rubbish Talent. This is simply a god-level talent. You are listening at novelfull.audio. During the catastrophe, many plants on Blue Star mutated. The tea culture in the ancient culture of Daxia and the coffee culture in the West were hit by a catastrophic impact. Either it was poisonous or the taste changed drastically, and it was completely unbearable to drink. It was only in recent years that the relevant gene cultivation work was in place, and the taste could basically be reproduced. However, when Li Qianye's collection of Maojian tea was brought to Lin Yi took a sip. And immediately put it down without a sound. You call this a collection-level good tea? Why does it smell like coriander? I can't stand it. Since then, Lin Yi has never touched that cup of tea again. After a few awkward chats with Li Qianye, Lin Yi's reward finally came. Brother Lin, your 1000 Daxia merit points have been recorded in your professional merit point account. The exchange and use of merit points are connected to the trading system of major base cities across the country. You can view the list and exchange them anywhere in the country. Then there is this. Li Qianye put a sandalwood box in front of Lin Yi. after Lin Yi opened it, he saw a colorful spirit crystal flashing with purple light inside, and his eyes lit up instantly. This is your A-level talent spirit crystal. This kind of spirit crystal is usually placed deep in the treasure house and preserved in a special way, but even so, the shelf life is only about half a year. Now it has been extracted and transferred out. While the effect of the spirit crystal has not completely dissipated, you should use it quickly. By the way, I forgot to tell you how to use it. Put the spirit crystal on your forehead and close your eyes to sense it. Lin Yi took out the spirit crystal with purple light from the box. The brilliance of the spirit crystal spread out, making the walls of the entire room colorful and dazzling. Lin Yi saw this moment. Not only Li Qianya's men, even Li Qianya himself had a little more heat in his eyes. This is an A-level talent. There is no completely useless talent in this world. There may only be talents that are not so compatible with one's profession, but having is always better than not having. Good luck to you, and get a good talent. Li Qianya blessed. Lin Yi nodded, put the talent crystal on his forehead, and then he closed his eyes, carefully sensed the talent crystal. Not long after, Lin Yi felt a wave of fluctuations from his forehead into his mind. The next moment, a mysterious force also took root in his sea of consciousness. Obtaining talent through this method actually has such a wonderful experience. Ding! Congratulations! Obtained a new talent, cyber transformation. Lin Yi was stunned. What the hell is this talent name? Could it be that it can turn oneself into a robot? Lin Yi quickly checked the detailed introduction of this new talent he had obtained. Cyber transformation. Rarity, grade A. Type, passive talent. Effect, add the orthodox professional skill tree of mechanic and gunner to your branch professional skill tree. Note, flesh and blood are weak, and machinery ascends. Join the glorious evolution. After seeing the effect, Lin Yi was completely stunned. What the hell? The orthodox professional skill tree of mechanic and gunner has now become his branch skill tree. Doesn't this mean that he can now learn the skills of these two professions? The next moment, Lin Yi's eyes lit up. This talent is a breakthrough in the professional wall. Seeing Lin Yi's expression and reaction, Li Qianya asked, "How is it, did you awaken successfully?" You can go to the professional forum to find out how your awakened A-level talent is. The pinned essential post contains the ratings of all A-level talents discovered so far by our Daxia Professional Alliance. That everyone's talent is the most private secret of a professional. Asking directly is very rude and asking for trouble. Li Qianya certainly understood this, so he would not ask Lin Yi what talent he had awakened, but seeing that Lin Yi was a little entangled and undecided, he gave a suggestion. Lin Yi still knew about the professional forum. This is an online social forum established by the Daxia official for professionals to share their experiences or interesting stories. As long as you are a professional, you can browse and post after passing the official registration review. Generally speaking, posts that can be featured by the official are authoritative. Most of these posts are reviews or strategies for a specific dungeon. Originally, Lin Yi did not plan to see how his talent would be received in the official evaluation list, because this talent felt both novel and powerful to him, but Li Qianya spoke up. Lin Yi took out his mobile phone out of curiosity and logged into the Daxia Professional Forum. At this moment, Lin Yi's professional rating was only the most common GUE level, and there were not many posts that could be browsed. However, the official did not set a threshold for this kind of talent rating post, and Lin Yi clicked in and was able to browse normally. After entering the post, there was a customary string of director and universe disclaimers. Lin Yi skipped it directly. Swipe up with your finger, and a table appears in front of Lin Yi. The total amount of data in the entire table is 1,146. This means that the Daxia official has currently counted the number of A-level talents that have entered the database, which is this number. Perhaps, my talent may not be included in this table. Lin Yi kept dragging the table down. The sorting method of the entire table is to continuously arrange it downwards according to the rating rules formulated by the editor, from T0 to T4, and so on. When Lin Yi was about to drag the table to the bottom, he saw the introduction of the T4 level evaluation. It is tasteless to eat, but it is a pity to discard it. After obtaining it, the combat power will hardly be greatly improved. It can be called the shame of A-level. Below this introduction, Lin Yi saw the talent he had just unlocked at a glance. Cyber transformation, a talent that allows non-mechanic and gunner professions to unlock their related skill trees. Like talents such as magic infusion, combat training, and assassination master, it allows other professions to unlock the orthodox skill trees of mages, fighters, and assassins. At first glance, these talents may be very creative. After all, using the skills of other professions can not only achieve unexpected victories in battle, but also unlock and explore more possibilities of their own profession. However, imagination is always beautiful. The reality is that this type of talent has a major flaw. Not to mention that it will only add you to the skill tree of the side profession, there is a pit when it comes to upgrading skills. Waiting for you to discover. That's right, if you want to upgrade the skills of other professionals you unlock, you need to spend 10 times the skill points of your own professional system. This means that even if most professionals force themselves to add points, they can only unlock related skills of level 1 or level 2 at most. And the editor has never seen a situation where a chemical reaction of 1 plus 1 greater than 2 can be produced with one's own profession. It can be said that this kind of talent, after being obtained, will be placed in a corner to accumulate dust. No one will really choose not to add their own professional system skills, but spend 10 times the skill points to add this kind of skill, right? Seeing this, Lin Yi's mouth curled up a smile. You don't say, it really happens. Chapter 80 Eternal Rest Set, National Rankings Announced. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Lin Yi finally understood why the A-level talent he had obtained was classified as T4 in the talent rating of the official forum. It turned out that this talent had a hidden effect that was not explained in the talent effect. This should actually be regarded as the restriction of Blue Star Heavenly Dao on this type of talent. You can use skills from other professional systems. But you have to spend more than 10 times the skill points to add points. This restriction also prevents the existence of all-round professionals in this world who have completely cross-professional skill systems and can learn any skills they want. If there were no such restriction, Lin Yi estimated that the rating of this type of talent would at least be above SS level. But for him, this restriction is not painful. He can indeed give priority to adding points to his main professional system skills, but according to the efficiency of being able to obtain 86,400 skill points in one day, in the future, Lin Yi's skill points will definitely overflow one day. This talent allows him to use these possible overflowing skill points. And there is hope that it can be added to a high level. Lin Yi felt a little bit against the sky just thinking about it. Trash talent? No. To him, this is the best talent. How is it? Is it a good talent? Li Qianye smiled. Lin Yi nodded. It's pretty good. Haha, congratulations, brother. Then there are the remaining 2 rewards. Your exemption quota for the trial tower in Ardashia district has been submitted. Now there are more than 4 months before the trial tower opens, and there are still 3 months before the Pan-Asian Youth Professional Peak Competition. You don't have to rush. Take advantage of this time to level up and work hard to become stronger. Then you can choose a set of platinum-level equipment that you can use. Li Qianye took out a list and handed it to Lin Yi. This is the 5 most suitable mage sets of equipment that we asked someone to help you select from the equipment library after we confirmed that you won the first place in the country. You can choose one. After it is decided, I will ask someone to pick it up. Lin Yi picked up the list and looked at it. The first set made his eyes light up. Robe of Eternal Rest. Wearing level, LV.65. Category, Armor, Top. Grade, Platinum. Cloth Armor. Weight, 1.1 kilograms. Attribute Bonus, Spirit plus 220. Defense plus 170. Special Effect, Simple. Set Effect. Endless Vengeance, 4/4. 2-piece set. When you kill a target, you gain 1% of the strength of the necromancy skill. This effect can be stacked up to 5 times and lasts for 20 seconds. 4-piece set. The attribute values of all your necromancy summons are increased by 10%, and the duration of the summons is increased by 10 seconds. Note, how can you rest in peace if the fire of hatred never stops? The set effect of this set of equipment can be seen to be completely strengthening the necromancy, and this is a set of cloth armor. which can be worn by mages. Most equipment that strengthens necromancy skills is generally plate armor, because the Death Knight is the orthodox profession of the death skill. This shows how rare this cloth armor set is. In addition to the set effect, what makes Lin Yi even more satisfied is that this set of equipment also has special effects. Each piece has a simple, special effect. The effect of this special effect is easy to understand, that is, it allows professionals who are 5 levels lower than the equipment wearing level to wear this set of equipment. Lin Yi is now level 60, and the wearing level of this set of equipment is level 65, which Lin Yi can just wear. Finally, it is the attribute value given by this set of equipment. Just one piece of equipment gives 220 points of spirit. The spirit attribute value of the whole set of equipment is estimated to exceed 1000. Lin Yi can't find fault. This set of equipment is too suitable for him now. This also indirectly proves how much those people care when choosing equipment for him. Lin Yi scanned the other 4 alternatives again. After comprehensive comparison, the first set is still better. Let's go with the first set. Lin Yi returned the list to Li Qianye and made the final decision. Li Qianye nodded. I knew you would choose the first set in the end. This set is very comfortable when you are leveling up. Especially since you have the skill expertise in the necromancy system, it is extremely comfortable to brush the dungeon by summoning creatures. Li Qianye immediately asked someone to get the equipment, then he said to Lin Yi, now all the exams are over. After you get the equipment, you should go back to find your leader in Dongjiang. I won't bother you anymore. We'll meet again if we are lucky. Soon, a whole set of platinum-level equipment belonging to Lin Yi was divided and packed and delivered to Lin Yi. Li Qianye also sent Lin Yi out of the underground dungeon space of the Imperial Capital Education Bureau. Stepping out of the door of the Education Bureau building, Lin Yi saw a colorful and prosperous urban neon scene. This is Imperial Capital. It is the dream place of countless Daxia people. It is also the progressive city of the entire Blue Star human civilization. It is indeed magnificent. But Lin Yi has no interest in this city, let alone a sense of belonging. It was already night. I have been away from home for 2 days. Missing home. A familiar voice came. Lin Yi looked in the direction of the voice and saw Li Yuanjing standing next to a luxury car, smiling at him. Come on, get in. Li Yuanjing waved at Lin Yi. Lin Yi got in the car and sat in the back seat with Li Yuanjing. The luxury car started slowly. Under the neon sky of Daxia Imperial Capital, they merged into the traffic. There was soothing music in the car, and Lin Yi felt unprecedentedly relaxed. Although these 5 rounds of exams were relatively easy for Lin Yi, but he was also highly focused. Now that everything was over, Lin Yi suddenly felt a little tired. It will take a long time to get back to Dongjiang now, especially if you still want to go back to Jiangqing. When we return to Tianhai, the regular transmission hall will have stopped running, and you will have to change to the underground train to go home. So I booked a suite for you at the Imperial Hotel. Rest for a night and go back tomorrow. If you want to go shopping in Imperial Hotel, I can also accompany you. I often come here for meetings and I am quite familiar with it. Lin Yi shook his head and yawned. No, Uncle Li, I'm a little tired and don't want to go shopping. Thank you for your trouble with the hotel. Li Yuanjing, okay, let's go directly to the hotel. This was said to the driver in front, then the two fell into silence for a while. Xiao Rui's matter. Li Yuanjing seemed to have made up his mind. Just as he was about to speak, Lin Yi said, Uncle Li, I just got the first place in the National College entrance examination. You don't need to feel too burdened. During the exam, I had friction with your son. I had to stand on the opposite side. I am not such a petty person. You don't have to apologize to me for him. Li Yuanjing heard this, he opened his mouth and finally smiled bitterly. If he had half of your maturity and understanding, it would be great. I won't say more. Uncle Li, I wish you a bright future. Li Zirui's voice just fell, the driver in front exclaimed, 2 liters, I deliberately picked a wide avenue. You can look out the window. Our Daxia's college entrance examination this year, the national results are released. Li Yuanjing and Lin Yi were both refreshed when they heard this. Look out the window, I saw a golden scroll slowly unfolding above the night sky. Seeking recommendation votes and monthly tickets.